Have you ever wondered why our memory starts to falter over time? Imagine this scenario. You see a familiar face, and the person's name is on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't recall it. Or you walk into a room and instantly forget why you entered. Many tend to attribute such occurrences to the inevitable process of aging. However, as renowned neurosurgeon Rahul Jandial asserts, the truth is far more profound and, crucially, offers hope. Brain aging is not a predetermined fate, but rather a consequence of neglecting healthy habits and essential care. Much like muscles, the brain requires regular exercise and maintenance to sustain optimal function. It can be rebooted and restored to its former speed and efficiency, comparable to how it performed in youth. Otherwise, brain cells gradually begin to deteriorate, memory declines, reactions slow, and cognitive abilities progressively diminish. At a certain point, a person might not even realize they are losing mental clarity and the ability to live a full life. Below, we will explore 5 scientifically proven methods that can help keep your brain young, sharp, and productive for years to come. One of these methods is so powerful that it's actively used by doctors during complex brain surgeries. 1. Box breathing. Ancient Eastern practices serving the modern mind. In the contemporary world, stress has become a true scourge for the human brain, exerting a damaging effect on neurons, impairing memory, slowing thought processes, and reducing concentration. In moments of tension, many people struggle to focus, experience word confusion, and find it difficult to make even the simplest decisions. However, Dr. Jandial claims that there's an effective way to instantly improve brain function and significantly reduce stress levels: mindful breathing. This refers to a unique technique known as box breathing, which has been utilized by Buddhist monks for over 2.5 millennia. Only in recent years have scientists been able to scientifically validate its profound impact on neural connections and overall brain health. Dr. Jandial personally participated in studies that confirmed mindful breathing activates the brain's amygdala, responsible for emotional responses, helps reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, levels, and noticeably improves concentration. The remarkable simplicity of this method belies its effectiveness. Inhale through the nose to a slow count of 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly, also to a count of 4, and then pause before the next inhale for the same 4 seconds. This cyclical process, repeated for several minutes, can work wonders, stabilizing heart rate, oxygenating the brain, and stimulating cognitive functions. A vivid illustration is the story of a woman plagued by chronic anxiety and memory issues. After incorporating this practice into her evening ritual, she experienced dramatic changes within just 1 month. Her memory became sharper, concentration improved, and anxiety receded. Her brain, freed from the shackles of tension and stress, began to function with renewed vigor and clarity. However, breathing is merely a starting point. True brain rejuvenation begins with adequate rest and the activation of neuronal regeneration processes. Intermittent fasting, a revolutionary nutritional approach to brain rejuvenation. The habit of starting the day with a heavy breakfast, ingrained in our minds as a guarantor of energy and health, might actually hinder optimal brain function. Recent scientific research convincingly demonstrates that conscious and prolonged breaks from eating not only activate the body's cleansing processes, known as autophagy, but also exert a powerful rejuvenating effect on neurons. A research team led by Rahul Jandial at the prestigious Johns Hopkins University found that prolonged abstinence from food stimulates neurogenesis, the process of forming new brain cells. This phenomenon, in turn, significantly reduces the likelihood of developing dementia, improves mnemonic abilities, and noticeably enhances concentration. When the body isn't expending resources on continuous food digestion, it redirects energy towards the restoration and renewal of cellular structures, including brain tissue. Dr. Jandial himself is a proponent of the 16,8 intermittent fasting system, which involves finishing dinner by 5,000 p.m. and not resuming eating until the following day. He asserts that this practice allows him to maintain peak concentration and mental clarity during multi-hour surgical operations. His mind remains sharp, energy levels stable, and thought processes fast. To experience the beneficial effects, you don't have to immediately resort to strict restrictions. You can start small, for instance, by skipping breakfast twice a week, gradually increasing the periods of food abstinence, giving your brain a chance to rest and regenerate. History knows many cases where people struggling with forgetfulness and a feeling of brain fog found relief through unexpected methods. One such example is a man who, after making adjustments to his diet, felt significant improvements within just a couple of weeks. He became quicker at retrieving information from memory. His concentration noticeably improved, and his morning fogginess dissipated without a trace. This case serves as a vivid illustration of how a balanced and proper diet can support brain youth and optimal function. The importance of movement for mental clarity is often underestimated in the modern world. Many people spend a significant portion of their lives in a seated position, while eating in front of the television, on public transport, or at their workplace. If you add 8 hours of nightly sleep to this, it becomes clear that the brain experiences a severe deficit of necessary physical activity. According to neurosurgeons, such a lifestyle accelerates aging processes and negatively impacts neural connections. Dr. Jandial emphasizes that the human brain is evolutionarily adapted to function in motion. When a person stands or walks, blood circulation is activated and the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, increases, a key protein responsible for neuron growth and protection. Prolonged sitting, conversely, slows down these vital processes, reduces concentration, and makes memory more susceptible to negative influences. The story of Valentin, a 72-year-old man, vividly illustrates this truth. He felt the burden of age, his memory was weakening, his thoughts became chaotic, and an unpleasant feeling of fog settled in his head. His doctor advised him a simple yet effective remedy: spend at least 3 hours on his feet daily. Valentin took the recommendation seriously. He started talking on the phone only while standing, acquired a tall reading stand, and regularly took short walks throughout the day. And after just 1 month, he felt dramatic changes. His thinking became clearer, and his concentration noticeably improved. Surprisingly, this method is effective even without strenuous physical exercise. Simply by increasing the time spent in an upright position, one can already exert a powerful stimulating effect on the brain, activating its activity. In addition to the methods described above, there is another ancient secret that has been used for centuries in Asian countries to maintain cognitive activity in old age. This refers to ancient Chinese brain massage techniques. Thousands of years ago, Taoist sages discovered that certain points on the head are closely connected to the functioning of the brain. They believed that regular stimulation of these points could improve memory, enhance concentration, and even prevent age-related cognitive decline. Modern scientific research confirms this hypothesis. Acupressure massage indeed promotes blood circulation and stimulates neuron activity, positively influencing brain function. As an inspiring example, consider the story of a revered Chinese educator who, even on the verge of his 90s, demonstrated remarkable mental acuity and incredible memory. He attributed the secret of his longevity and the preservation of his cognitive functions to daily head massage, which, in his opinion, helped keep his brain toned and allowed him to retain the ability to learn new things. This method consists of several simple techniques. Gentle pressure on the point between the eyebrows, known as the third eye, helps improve concentration and alleviate mental fatigue, allowing for clearer thoughts. Soft circular movements in the temple area activate memory-related processes and have a relaxing effect, helping to relieve tension and improve overall well-being. Gentle tapping on the back of the head stimulates blood flow to the brain, thereby improving its nourishment and providing it with the necessary resources for optimal function. Just 5 minutes a day, dedicated to these simple manipulations, can work wonders. Thoughts become clearer and more structured, and the process of memorizing information becomes easier and more effective. Farsiva. The secret to an ageless mind. The power of focus. Have you ever wondered why some people, even after reaching maturity, remain active, energetic, and brimming with new ideas? They don't just maintain mental clarity. Their intellect continues to progress and evolve. What is their secret? The answer is simple. It all comes down to the ability to focus one's attention. The human mind is like a compass that determines the course of one's life. Constant concentration on difficulties, fears, and negative aspects gradually alters perception, narrowing the horizons of thought and reducing its flexibility. However, if you consciously direct your attention towards acquiring new knowledge, self-development, and creativity, your intellectual abilities will steadily increase. Scientific research confirms that people who actively manage their attention and environment are 40% less likely to experience memory decline and a reduction in cognitive functions. The start of the day holds particular significance. If the morning begins with anxious thoughts, dwelling on problems, or aimlessly scrolling through news feeds, the brain becomes attuned to chaos and negativity. However, if you set the right direction from the very beginning of the day by asking yourself, what are my goals for today? What new things do I want to learn? What inspires me? Your mind will become more receptive and productive with each passing day. Thus, each person stands before a choice to allow external circumstances to dictate the state of their brain, or to take control of their own attention to preserve mental clarity for many years to come. By combining all the aforementioned strategies, you can achieve an effect greater than the sum of their parts. Like muscles, the brain possesses an amazing capacity for training and recovery. And like muscles, it weakens and deteriorates if not properly stimulated and cared for. Rahul Jandial convincingly proves that brain aging is not an inevitable sentence, but rather a consequence of neglecting healthy habits. Mindful breathing, like a healing balm, calms the destructive effects of stress on neurons, granting the brain a precious opportunity for regeneration. Intermittent fasting, like a skilled conductor, initiates a cascade of renewal processes at the cellular level, rejuvenating neural networks. The habit of spending time on your feet instead of sitting stimulates blood flow, like a life-giving source, and noticeably improves cognitive functions. Ancient Chinese massage techniques, as if by magic, instantly activate the electrical activity of neurons, sharpening concentration and strengthening memory. Conscious management of attention fosters a mindset geared towards continuous growth and intellectual strengthening. By applying these methods in practice, everyone can experience their brain regaining its former speed and efficiency. The only question is whether you have the resolve to start acting immediately. For the mind is the most valuable asset a person possesses. Material wealth can be multiplied, physical fitness can be regained, but the decline of the mind is a loss that is virtually impossible to recover. Now that you have knowledge of the 5 pillars of preserving mental clarity in your later years, it's important to remember that knowledge without application is like a treasure hidden in a chest. These principles gain true value only when they become part of daily life. Only those who actively embody them will experience a transformative impact on their cognitive functions. If the desire to maintain a sharp and powerful mind stays with you, do not postpone the first step. Start applying the knowledge you've gained today, for it is now that you are laying the foundation for your future. Make this choice for clarity, awareness, and wisdom, and you will see how your life transforms.